We got some things to work on that play, but it was good enough for us to get the win.
Sort of piggybacking off the previous question, in boxing, styles makes fights sometimes, and you played one team one way last week, and then you had to face a totally different team in the Jets, and maybe fight a different style of fight in that game. How important is that to be able to go into situations and find the resolve to fight the way the fight needs to be fought to win a game?
Yeah, that's what we get paid for as coaches, right? To find out, how do we win? What's the ways to win? Every week it's not going to be the same. You saw what we did out the gate. What we do, we went right to Devontae Adams. You know what I mean? Because why? They're going to stack the box for who? Josh Jacobs. So, and defensively, what we need to do, we need to stop the running game, right? And we wanted to hopefully put the ball in the quarterback's hand and let him make a mistake, which he did. So every week, there's a strategy to it, and obviously you want to stick to it. And I think the hardest thing to do and the most difficult thing to do is, even when it's going good or bad, just sticking to the plan. Don't get too cute. Don't get fancy. Keep the game simple. Let's not overthink ourselves.
As you watched the film, was there anybody that stood out that maybe from field level you didn't see that you thought played pretty well?
There's quite a few, obviously. I'll go first to Robert Spillane. I'm gonna start there. In the running game, first and foremost, Mike linebacker against the running back, right? And when you hold that particular individual haul to 2.2, 2.3 per carry, wow, right? That's the front, but I'm gonna go to the Mike linebacker. I'm biased here. I think I'll go to our offensive line. You look at Greg. We moved Jermaine from right tackle to left tackle midweek. That's hard to do against a very good defensive line, and we knew that group was good. The depth, the rotation that they had, and just to keep coming, our guys just to keep withstanding, the bullets that were getting thrown at us. That was impressive with that group. So, yes, I like to do the individual thing, but I'll really just say, if I had to put a bank on it, our offensive line and Robert Spillane. He's doing well. I know here in a second, once these guys, getting through treatment and all that stuff, Victory Monday, so a little slower day of everybody coming to the building.
Corey Bennett's kind of faced your typical rookie year, a lot of ups and downs and different situations. But for him to respond, coming to the game the way he did, hasn't dropped his head no matter what the situation is, and be able to respond, how big was that?
Yeah, I think for all our rookies, right? These guys now late in the season, the vets who've played a lot and got a lot of wear and tear on themselves, and a lot of miles for these young guys to start developing. And obviously he started early on for us, took a little break, had a little setback there, but between him, Bernie's done a great job, and obviously we see what Tyree's doing each and every week. And then Big Mike, just now when you start seeing your rookies, Tucker, just keep naming them. They're making plays now, they're making headway. We don't need them to be the guy to make every play, but they're making headway, and that's going to help us in the long run.
You talk about special teams a lot with your team, and usually that's Daniel and AJ, and they had good games as usual, but you had a big return last night too.
Oh, yeah.
How big can that be for your team, and what did you see on that play?
Yeah, we've been waiting for that from DC for a while now, and we had a good conversation on Friday, and I say, man, bright lights, certain stars shine brighter, and I said, this would be a great opportunity. I said, no more fair catching. No more fair catching. Let's get that ball and go straight ahead, and he did that, and those two returns late in the game, third quarter, was huge for us. Obviously, field positions, but we were playing in the second half, keeping those guys backed up and keeping our offense around midfield. And our special teams has been, like I said from the jump, has been kind of the heart and soul of our team. They've been rock solid for us throughout the year. And when we get that return game going, that's even critical. Because, look, 10 yards is another first down. Put 30 on it, forget about it. Now we got 3 of them.
I know last week you said, it's not going to be perfect for you in transition, and yesterday you had the challenge. I guess what is the communication there, and what about that process can you guys kind of look at and figure things out?
Yeah, lesson learned. I just got to do a better job listening to the people in my ear. But obviously, it's a lesson learned. Again, there was 2 different things I was looking at there. I'll leave that for us as a staff, but obviously that was a mistake on my behalf and a lesson learned.
You referenced the rookies, Byron and Nesta. Is there something they need to do, Coach, to get on the field, or is it the fact the veterans in front of them are playing well enough to keep them off?
Both, but practice. The way you practice now, you get elevated, right? You have a great week of practice either on the look team or if you get opportunities on defense, it might be only a handful of snaps, right? But we do got some veterans that are playing well, and Big Jenkins are in there, Tillery, Bilal, Adam Butler, whoo. If you're a rookie, you got to bring your A game. It's got to be every day, and they're getting there. Have you seen? We've kind of sprinkled them in here and there, but as we're on this stretch, we'll do what's best for the team. They understand that. They know their name will be called. Look, Bernie started last week for us, And then this week he took a back seat because Diablo's back, right? So just be ready, be a pro, just keep studying, be ready when your name's called. Let's go.
Coach, how have you felt just in this position so far, 2-0, processing some of the challenges that arise during situational play?
Actually, it's been really good for me. Throughout the week, myself and Matt Shelton, that's really what I spend most of my time on, to be honest with you. I'm with the offense. I let PG and those guys do what they do with the defense. I stick my head in there, but the situational end of half, 4-minute, fourth quarter, that's where AP's in the classroom, right? I'm taking my notes. I got my notes on the sideline. We're going through that minutes prior, even a quarter prior to the situation coming up, so I'm aware of what's going on and not surprised by it. Obviously, that's a big factor in the game. I thought, again, last night I had some good ones and I had some bad ones. We got to learn, no different than the players. So I took accountability for that in front of the group, and I'll get better as we go.
You guys all set?
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate it.